Hello, we are Sarah Bramall and Rebecca Daniel, and together we are the Coaching Catalysts. We're both ICF Accredited Coaches, we're coach trainers for lead coach training organisations, and we're coach supervisors.
And together we work with coaches and professionals, helping them to enhance their coaching practice. We do this via the Coaching Catalyst Collective, which is a service that is designed for coaches who use coaching skills in their work, in their business, to help them to elevate their coaching practice, develop their skills, and enhance their abilities as a coach.
Where are you learning? Where are you growing? Where are you changing?
I've done group coaching with both you, Rebecca, and Sarah, and I love them.
And I remember a lecturer saying to me that a coach can only ever take their clients as deeply as they've taken themselves.
And I'm very, very lucky that Sarah and Rebecca were the first people that I approached, but have been exactly what I'm looking for.
It was actually the addition of supervision which helped me to develop as a coach even more.
Often have you sacrificed your sleep or skipped your lunch or not booked a doctor's appointment?
When we can start to really embrace our clients and their differences, it's then important for us to look at our own biases and our own assumptions.
We need employees to be offering some greater flexibility about working hours.
You appreciate that us as people will get so much more out of our business if we get so much more out of ourselves.
Just loved, having the space to kind of dream.
Now I'm reaching my top goal, which I didn't think I'd be anywhere near. And I think without the support of Rebecca and Sarah, I really don't know if I would have got to that point.
So if you want to work with us either one-to-one, via the collective, or training for your business or organisation, we look forward to hearing from you soon. Get in touch with us using the details below.
Good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. Where is this week going, Rebecca?
Well, I don't know, but I am happy it's Thursday. We've had an absolute blast of a week and it's not over yet. We've got another showcase for you today, but this time it's with one of our lovely, lovely peers and associate supervisors in the collective.
So we're really excited to introduce you to wonderful Nicola Rae. We've had a brilliant week this week. Doing showcases, interviewing and learning about our clients in the Coaching Catalyst Collective, but also introducing you to our wonderful supervisors. So we spoke to Dawn and to Phyllis on Tuesday, and now we have wonderful Nicola. So Nicola's going to share with us about her coaching journey, and then we're going to talk all things supervision, what Nicola loves about supervision and why supervision is so important for us as professional coaches. So I'm going to bring Nicola onto the stage now and you're going to meet her and learn all about her. Hey, Nicola, welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me. This is exciting.
Oh, we're really excited to speak to you this morning. So thank you very much for being here. So we'd love you, Nicola, for those of us watching who maybe don't know you, to give us a little intro, tell us a little bit about you and about what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Nicola Rae and I'm an ICF coach. I'm a coach trainer and I'm also a coach supervisor. So if we start with the coaching, I coach ambitious humans to lead more fulfilling lives. So they're often people that have busy lives. There's lots going on. They're being pulled in different directions, but they have this real sense of ambition, both for their careers and for what they want for their lives. And so I specialize on helping them. I also work a lot with creatives as well. I kind of believe that we're all creative because we all make things happen. But a lot of my work is with creative agencies or kind of fashion, music industry, the arts. So I work with a lot of corporates in those spaces. I'm also a coach trainer, which I love. I'm passionate about raising standards in the coaching industry. And I think quality training is one of the ways to do that. And I allow the teacher in me to come out with that. And then most recently, I've added coach supervisor to my roster as well. And I feel like I've really found my sweet spot with coach supervising, and it's very much in line with raising standards in the coaching industry and making sure that the work is good for us as coaches and we're bringing our best for our clients as well. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Brilliant, Nicola, thank you. It's just lovely always to hear your passion for the different variety of work that you do. And yeah, I always find it really, really inspiring to hear you talking about what you do and those different hats that you wear, but all obviously interconnected and underpinned by coaching.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's what unites us as well. It's that mission for quality, that mission for high standards, ethical practice. Like, I think that's what really, really unites and connects us. We've been on a bit of a journey, you and I. So
yeah,
training together, I know, right? Training together, peer-to-peer, buddying together, teaching together. Yeah, it's been a really, really interesting ride. So we always are trying to share with others who are in our community that when we decided on like who really we wanted to walk this journey with in supervision, it had to be those that we loved and trusted, and that definitely you, Phyllis, and Dawn embody that. So yeah, I've got a lot of respect for you, and I know that Sarah does too. So what was it that led you to deciding to embark on supervision? I know you've touched a bit on like quality, but what was it that was like the real like deciding factor of I'm going to do this?
Yeah, well, I think there's something within me that's always looking for a gap in the market. So like my profession by trade, what I did when since graduating from university and the 20 years that preceded that was marketing. So we're trained as marketeers to look for gaps in the market. And so I kind of holding that alongside the fact that I had been coaching for a few years. My coaching practice had developed. I had got different qualifications and realized that I needed supervision. Like that was something that I wanted to add into the support that I have. And I was looking for a supervisor, and I specifically wanted a Black woman, because my experience of being a coach, I knew that that was coming into it. And so I wanted somebody who understood, someone who I didn't have to over explain myself and spend some of the session kind of explaining versus just being. And I also wanted that I think with supervision as well, it's about how you're able to show up. And I knew, even before I knew the language of parallel process, which I then knew kind of I got taught in the training, I knew that there would be this process and dynamic happening if I wasn't able to feel like I could just land in the space and just really be myself. And so I went onto all of the directories and I kind of was Googling, and I found, I think, 2 people. One person was fully booked and the other person didn't come back to me. And I was like, oh, okay. The radar for always looking for a gap in the market was lit up. And I was like, okay, there's evidently a space for this. If this is something that I'm wanting, I know that other people want as well. So that started me down the road of like looking into what it would take to become a supervisor, what that looks like. Alongside it, I did end up finding a supervisor, not a Black woman, but still had a really, really great experience. So I had my own kind of experience of being supervised. And then I just thought back to some of the situations that had happened to me in the coaching space where I was coachy. And I was like, oh, as I'm learning more about supervision, if that person had had a supervisor, those things probably wouldn't have happened. And so it then got me that other side of it of actually, this is really important. Not only is there a gap in the market because this is something I want, but I can see how I would have had a better experience as a coachee if that person had had supervision. And so it then led me to a place, all the kind of the stars aligning, led me to a place of actually, this is what I want to add to my offerings. I'm multi-passionate. I can't do the same thing all the time. So it felt like a really brilliant and natural next step for me.
we talk about the layers to your cake. I always laugh at the metaphor there because your cake's rather sweet, so it's nice.
Yeah, supervision has definitely made, I talk about my revenue cake and my money coming from different places, and supervision has definitely added. I talked about in the beginning, it's the sweet spot, and it really has added that to my revenue cake. You know, when you kind of land somewhere and you're like, oh, maybe this is where I was always meant to be.
Yeah. Coaching finds us, but supervision also does the same. You know, we've got same lived experience in terms of ethnicity, not necessarily in terms of the way that we were brought up or raised, but sometimes it is nice to just know that we don't have to explain ourselves to that level of detail. But I always recommend, it's nice to have the diversity in terms of coaching and supervision and mentoring and training, regardless of like age and race and gender. You know, it's nice to explore that. So it's great to hear that you were looking around, you kind of found it but didn't find it, and now you're in the position that you're at to offer it to others as well.
Absolutely. And I always think that what we need in different seasons will be different, right? So like the supervisor I have at the moment, I absolutely adore. And I also believe that we experience different supervisors and get different things from them, right? And so I know that I am always open to different practitioners all the time. And it felt like in that season, I needed a Black woman supervisor. In further seasons, I might not, or for other kind of groups. Like it's that just assessing what we need in different seasons.
Yeah. I really agree with you, Nicola, and that really resonates with my experience as well. So as you both know, but people watching this probably won't know, I went into supervision as soon as I qualified, and I went into group supervision with somebody who was an expert and a trainer in clean language. And I learned so much from her, so much from being in supervision in the group, because most of them were clean language practitioners. And then a little bit later down the journey, Rebecca challenged me to go and work one-to-one with a supervisor of colour, because it would allow me a different lens. And I'm so grateful to you, Rebecca, for making that suggestion when I was choosing a supervisor, because absolutely it's opened up a different lens for me, which has been incredibly valuable. So yes, I agree with you. Different supervisors at different times, really, really valuable. And one thing that I would say that I'm really proud of in the collective is that there are 5 of us, and we all share common values about professional practice and raising standards in the coaching industry, but we all have different lived experiences, all have different approaches and styles. And so when you join us in the collective, you can work with Nicola for 6 months and then think, hey, do you know what? Now it's time for me to go and try something else and maybe come work with Sarah or work with Rebecca. So we've got that flexibility in the collective as well, which I think is a real asset in terms of the offering that we're sharing.
Absolutely. I always think of supervision is about challenge.
Yeah.
Right. And we get that challenge where you said about kind of that different lens. It means that we're getting a different kind of challenge. And that is so rich. And I think, going forward, I will always have different supervisors and coaches and, really open myself up to those different experiences, encourage others to do that as well.
So, Nicola, can I just ask you then, for somebody who's considering group supervision, what do you think the benefits are that a supervisee gains, or maybe you have gained yourself from being a participant in group supervision?
I think group supervision is so interesting because you get the perspective not only from the supervisor who's holding the space for you, but from your peers. And it can be so easy to be like, no, I just want the perspective of the supervisor. But actually, when you're in a room with other coaches that have a perspective to offer and have that diversity of thought, which what we've been talking about in having kind of different supervisors in a group setting, you have that diversity of thought. And I also think with group supervision, there are different exercises and tools that we can bring in, which really help to curate, if you like, the type of thought that you're getting, and you can really have fun with it. And I know that when I've experienced it myself, I walk away with perspectives that I would never have had, or reflections that I wouldn't have had if it had just been me and the supervisor. And then thirdly, I think with group supervision, there's something about the dynamic that is created between you and the other people. I'm a big fan of us connecting through shared learned experiences. So you're increasing your network, but you're also learning how to be a peer. And that's not a skill that we're ever taught. That's not something that you really have to practice in any other way, especially when you're a coach, whether you're in-house or you run your own business. Being able to be in relationship with people as a peer professional has so much power and so much value, and you get that from group supervision. You get to sit in group supervision and there may be somebody else that kind of triggers you a little bit, and you get to examine that in a really safe space. Maybe somebody inspires you, or you get to notice what dynamics are happening there, and that can be really helpful in improving your craft and your identity and who you are as a coach. So I'm a big fan of that group supervision.
We try to share with people what that's like, especially for those that have never engaged in supervision, whether it's one-to-one or group. So you shared a lot there, especially around the connection with peers and how everyone is mutually invested in that process. It's very different to one-to-one, where it's really just solely focused on you and your journey and where you want to go in your explorations. The beauty of the group there is tapping into other people's insights. I say challenge, like healthy challenge, healthy conflict, like there is such a thing. And people challenging our thought processes, our beliefs, and for us to then go away and have deeper reflections on that. Yeah, I absolutely love it. I see benefits in both, to be honest. You know, sometimes I like the space just for myself, and that's okay. But most of the time, yeah, I do love being surrounded by peers, and I know you do too. So that's a great thing. So we're going to wrap up now. You have your sessions on a Friday morning, 90 minutes. What would you say to someone who's considering joining you? What could they expect from your sessions?
What they can expect is for me to hold a very compassionate, caring, and challenging space. I spend a considerable amount of time creating the container. We co-create that container at the beginning, and everybody really opts into that. So it's almost like the word that comes up for me is almost like a cooperative, right? We create an alliance. We're all in for this and helping each other, and that is allowed to evolve. And I hold that with very firm hands, that space. And then what that allows, and what I'm welcoming people into, is for them to feel safe as they feel. So I'm doing everything I can to create a safe space. And then in that, then there's a space for people to be really open and honest and really get below the surface of what is happening for them as a coach in their practice. Maybe they want to get client specific, but really going below the surface so we can get to that level of honesty. And I would do my best to create a space that engenders that. So to expect quite a lot of modeling as well. So I will talk about what I'm doing and invite them to reflect on how they might want to or not want to include it in their own practice. Kind of, this is my style, this is what I do. Does it resonate? Does it not? And yeah, helping them to really improve their coaching craft and improve how they feel as coaches. That's my thing, is about helping you to feel well as a coach, because we all know burnout is real. Like running a business, if you're a business owner coach, comes with its stuff as well. So it's about you feeling well and making sure our clients feel well. So yeah, I've got a firm eye on their well-being as well.
Amazing. I want to come and grab one of those spots in group with you, Nicola, for myself, quite frankly. Yeah, you are. I mean, genuinely, everybody, I think we've shared this throughout the week. The 5 of us trained together. So it was a really intensive and rigorous training process. So we have spent hours and hours and hours in supervision together, supervising each other one-to-one, supervising each other in a group context. We know and trust Dawn and Phyllis and Nicola so highly. We value them so highly, and honestly, I know that there's only 3 places left in your Friday group, Nicola. So if anybody's watching this and wants to be in supervision with Nicola, get on it, because otherwise I'll be having that spot. It's amazing. Right. Enough effusiveness from you, Sarah Bramwell, this morning. Thank you, Nicola, so much for being here. It's really, really inspiring to speak to you, to learn about you, your passion for supervision. Just going to bring up a little comment here from one of our brand new members to the collective. Woohoo, Paola. Lovely to listen to your story, Nicola, and I'm looking forward to working with you. So Paola is one of the lucky people, not lucky action takers, let's say, action takers who's going to be in supervision with you, Paola. So thank you so much. That's really lovely to hear. Okay, stop talking. Let's start wrapping up. So Nicola, a huge thank you to you. Rebecca, do you want to just reiterate when Nicola's sessions are?
Yes, Nicola's sessions are on Fridays at 10 to 11:30, and that's UK time. So if you are tuning in from anywhere outside of the UK, please do check your time conversions as well. Her first session will be on the 13th. Yep, so the 13th of October, and it will run once a month. There's a minimum commitment of 6 months, and that obviously is to ensure the safety of the group, but also to ensure that we can see growth within the group as well. And that really does come from connection over time. So if you are interested in joining Nicola, all you have to do, I'm just going to pop Nicola behind there. She doesn't have to see us anymore. Bye-bye, Nicola. All you have to do is go to bit.ly/coaching-collective, and all the information you need is there. All the dates for Nicola for the next 6 months, and all the extra additions that you get in the collective, such as coaching triads, monthly learning and development, 2 in-person meetups, and obviously being part of this lovely community that is the Catalyst Collective. That's it from now. Doors close tomorrow, 3 p.m. And we look forward to welcoming more of you wonderful coaches into the collective. If you have any questions, we've got opportunities to have conversations with you. So go to bit.ly/book a catalyst call. All the links are in the comments for you as well. For now, we'll see you later. We've got another showcase today, haven't we, Sarah? We've got another one later on. Oh, is it not today? Tomorrow. We've got another
tomorrow. Yeah.
Tomorrow. We've got Nicola, another Nicola, but it's our client Nicola. Nicola Fawcett is with us at 10:30, who's a supervisee. And we have got Olayinka Jones as well at 12:30 tomorrow, another supervisee within the collective. So for now, have a lovely, lovely rest of the day, and we'll see you soon.
Take care, everybody. Thank you. Bye.